What is happening, Scoop Troop? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the hottest, freshest updates from across the entertainment universe. The news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we, bringing you the inside scoop you won't find anywhere else. Today, we've got a triple threat of must-know stories that are already shaking up the landscape. Get ready, because you're about to get the rundown on developments that have everyone talking. From massive cinematic universe expansions to unexpected plot twists, we're diving deep into the stories that matter. So buckle up, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. First up, the titans of the comic book world are gearing up for an epic return. We're talking about legendary heroes who might just be suiting up again in a highly anticipated new project from a visionary director. Could iconic figures from the Man of Steel's universe be making a comeback? The whispers are getting louder, and the artwork alone is sparking massive fan theories about who we'll see and what epic battles lie ahead. This is bigger than just one hero. It's about the future of an entire cinematic universe and the legacy characters that define it. Next, we're peeling back the curtain on a film that's already made a significant splash and is now setting its sights on a future release. What's next for this blockbuster franchise after its initial success? We've got details on the confirmed cast, the tantalizing plot hints that have emerged, and what fans can expect from the next chapter. The early artwork is already a major talking point, suggesting surprising dynamics and potential team-ups that have the internet buzzing. Get ready for a deep dive into what makes this highly anticipated follow-up a must-watch. And that's not all. We're also tracking the latest developments in another massive franchise, with updates on casting, plot directions, and the potential for even more iconic characters to join the fray. The pieces are falling into place for a story that promises to be grand in scale and rich in character. What does this mean for the overarching narrative, and which beloved figures might we see stepping back into the spotlight? We've got the intel you need to stay ahead of the curve. Finally, we're looking at what could be a game-changer for a beloved cinematic universe, with hints of major returns and surprising alliances that could redefine its future. The early signs point to a massive narrative that could bring together heroes and villains in ways we haven't seen before. This is the kind of news that fuels speculation and gets fans speculating for years to come. You do not want to miss these updates. Make sure you're subscribed, the bell is dinged, and you're ready for all the scoops. Let's go. Legends assemble again, heroes poised for a major comeback in DCU's next chapter. In a move that's sending shockwaves through the fandom, the burgeoning DC universe, under the stewardship of co-heads James Gunn and Peter Safran, is not just building its foundation, but actively expanding its roster with returning fan-favorite characters. Following the recent announcement of Man of Tomorrow, the next cinematic venture for the Man of Steel, it's becoming increasingly clear that this film is poised to be more than just a direct sequel. It's shaping up to be a pivotal moment for the entire DCU, potentially bringing back beloved heroes in significant roles. The buzz began to amplify when Isabella Merced, who has already established herself as Hawkgirl within this interconnected universe, took to her Instagram stories. She shared the official artwork accompanying the Man of Tomorrow announcement, which notably features Superman standing alongside a formidable Lex Luthor in his iconic warsuit. Merced's caption, "See you soon," leaves little room for doubt about her involvement, signaling a confirmed return for the warrior Queen of Thanagar. This direct confirmation from an involved actor serves as a strong indicator that Man of Tomorrow is indeed set to expand beyond just Superman's immediate orbit, integrating characters who have already made their mark in other DCU projects. Adding further fuel to the fire, Aaron Pierre, slated to portray the formidable Green Lantern John Stewart in the upcoming Lanterns television series, chimed in on James Gunn's original announcement post. His comment, "Yes, indeed," accompanied by a green heart emoji, was met with an enthusiastic, excited hands emoji reply from Gunn himself. Pierre also amplified the news by sharing Gunn's post on his own Instagram stories. While this interaction might seem less definitive than Merced's direct confirmation, the exchange between Pierre and Gunn strongly suggests that the Green Lantern will also be a significant presence in Man of Tomorrow. This strategic integration aligns perfectly with Gunn's established philosophy of a unified DCU, where actors seamlessly transition between film, television, and even animation, ensuring a consistent portrayal of characters across all mediums. This approach has already been demonstrated with Frank Grillo, who plays Rick Flag SR in Creature Commandos and will reprise the role in Superman. Similarly, Merced's Hawkgirl has already made an appearance in Peacemaker, Season 2, solidifying the interconnected nature of these narratives. Therefore, bringing peers Jon Stewart from the Lanterns series to the big screen in Man of Tomorrow is a logical and highly anticipated progression. It allows the DCU to leverage its established characters and build upon existing storylines, offering fans a more cohesive and expansive universe. James Gunn himself has previously clarified that Man of Tomorrow is not Superman 2, despite being a follow-up to Superman. He explained on Threads that while Superman will have a major role, the film's focus would be broader. This distinction becomes even more significant when considering the potential for a larger ensemble. The artwork, hinting at a substantial role for Nicholas Hoult's Lex Luthor, could position him as a co-lead. The narrative might involve a significant threat that necessitates the involvement of multiple heroes beyond just the Man of Steel. This opens the door for Man of Tomorrow to function as more of an ensemble piece, allowing newer characters to shine and potentially setting the stage for future solo projects, such as a Green Lantern film. Man of Tomorrow is scheduled to arrive in theaters on July 9, 2027, promising a new era for DC storytelling. Hold on tight, because the universe is expanding and the stakes are getting higher. Next, we're diving into the details of a film that's already making waves, exploring what's next for a fan-favorite franchise. Man of Tomorrow soars into 2027, a deeper look at the next chapter of DC's Superman saga. The DC universe is charting its course for the future, and a significant milestone has just been announced. Man of Tomorrow, a new film following up on the success of Superman, is slated for release on July 9, 2027. This announcement, made by DC Studios co-heads James Gunn and Peter Safran, signals a deliberate expansion of the DCU's cinematic landscape, moving beyond a simple sequel to explore new narrative avenues and character dynamics. The film's title itself, evoking a sense of legacy and future, hints at a story that will build upon the established world while forging its own path. The initial promotional material has already ignited significant fan interest. An image shared by James Gunn on Instagram depicts Superman standing alongside Lex Luthor, who is clad in his distinctive purple and green power suit. This artwork, originally created by DC Comics' Chief Creative Officer Jim Lee, shows a more nuanced interaction than a typical confrontation. In one version, Superman is seen leaning on Luthor, holding a screwdriver, suggesting a potential collaborative effort or a moment of unexpected truce. This visual has led to widespread speculation about the film's plot, with many interpreting it as a sign that Superman and Lex Luthor might be forced to work together against a common, perhaps even greater, threat. The dynamic between these two iconic characters, often portrayed as polar opposites, teaming up could be a central theme, offering a fresh perspective on their complex relationship. Superman, released earlier this year, was noted for its unique approach to the classic hero. Portrayed by David Corenswet, this iteration of the Man of Steel offered a departure from some of the more idiosyncratic styles seen in Gunn's previous works like Guardians of the Galaxy. Instead, Gunn presented an immigrant story, focusing on Clark Kent's journey and avoiding many of the genre's established clichés. The film was both a critical and commercial success, with Corenswet and Nicholas Hoult, who plays Lex Luthor, both sharing the news of Man of Tomorrow on their respective Instagram accounts, further engaging the audience with tailored artwork from artists like Jorge Jimenez and Mitch Gerads. Financially, Superman has performed exceptionally well. After 8 weeks in theaters, the film has grossed approximately $352 million domestically. Its opening weekend alone brought in $122 million in US and Canada ticket sales, making it the first DC title since Wonder Woman in 2017 to surpass the $100 million mark in its opening weekend. This strong box office performance underscores the audience's appetite for well-crafted superhero narratives and provides a solid foundation for the future of the DCU. As Man of Tomorrow, gears up for its 2027 release, the anticipation is palpable. The film represents a key step in Gunn and Safran's vision for the DCU, promising to deliver a story that is both true to the characters' legacies and innovative in its execution. The potential for unexpected alliances and grander narratives, hinted at by the initial artwork and the film's placement within the broader DCU, suggests that Man of Tomorrow could be a significant turning point for the franchise, setting the stage for even more ambitious storytelling in the years to come. But the story doesn't end with Superman and Luthor. The universe is expanding in more ways than one. Stay tuned as we break down the latest on other major DCU players and what it means for the future. Man of Tomorrow taking flight. Release date, cast, and plot speculation for DCU's next Superman flick. The anticipation for James Gunn's next directorial venture within the DC universe, Man of Tomorrow, is building, and while it's not officially titled Superman 2, it serves as a direct follow-up to the 2025 Superman film, bringing back familiar faces and expanding the narrative horizons. This upcoming DCU Chapter 1 movie, announced recently, promises to immerse audiences back into Gunn's Metropolis, offering intriguing new concept art that hints at unexpected collaborations and a deepening mythology. Man of Tomorrow is officially set to premiere on July 9, 2027. Director James Gunn broke the news of this highly anticipated sequel on September 3, 2025, setting a clear target for fans eager to return to this iteration of the DC universe. While details are still emerging, the provided concept art offers substantial clues. The images, released by Gunn, David Corenswet Superman, and Nicholas Hoult Lex Luthor, showcase Superman and Lex Luthor in close proximity, with Luthor sporting his signature purple and green armor. Intriguingly, in some pieces of art, the pair appear to be working together, with Superman even depicted assisting Luthor with his armor, possibly using a screwdriver. This visual suggests a potential shift from their usual adversarial relationship towards a more complex, perhaps even cooperative, dynamic. The title, Man of Tomorrow, also draws inspiration from significant comic book lore. Alan Moore's Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow famously depicted Superman's final days on Earth, visiting allies and adversaries alike. This could imply that Man of Tomorrow might explore higher stakes for Corenswet's Man of Steel, potentially involving a universe-altering conflict or a deep dive into his legacy and future within the DCU. Currently, the confirmed cast members for Man of Tomorrow include David Corenswet as Superman and Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. However, there are strong indications that other characters will return. Isabella Merced, who plays Hawkgirl, has hinted at her reprisal of the role via an Instagram post following the movie's announcement. This suggests that the rest of the Justice League ensemble from the first Superman film, including Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific, Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, and Anthony Kerrigan as Metamorpho, may also be returning. Furthermore, Rachel Brosnahan is expected to reprise her role as Lois Lane. As for a trailer, none has been released yet, which is expected given that filming has not yet commenced. Based on the timeline of the first Superman movie, which saw its trailer debut in December 2024 ahead of a July 2025 release, fans can likely anticipate a Man of Tomorrow teaser trailer towards the end of 2026. For those looking to catch up on the broader DCU, comprehensive guides on upcoming movies and shows, as well as the correct viewing order, are available. But the connections within this universe run even deeper, hinting at future crossovers and expanded roles. Prepare yourself as we reveal which other major players might be joining the fray in this epic saga. Man of Tomorrow Unleashed. James Gunn drops surprise sequel news, teases unlikely alliances. In a move that blindsided the internet, James Gunn, the architect of the new DC universe, has officially announced the next Superman film, Man of Tomorrow. Dropped without warning or prior leaks, this announcement has sent the fandom into a frenzy, with Gunn himself sharing the release date of July 9, 2027. This date places Man of Tomorrow in the same year as The Batman Part II, a monumental year for comic book movie enthusiasts, potentially setting 2027 up as one of the greatest years in the genre's history. The promotional artwork accompanying the announcement, created by legendary artists Jim Lee and Mitch Gerads, offers tantalizing glimpses into the film's narrative. Beyond the expected confrontation between Superman and Lex Luthor, one poster uniquely depicts Superman assisting Luthor with his armor, sparking intense debate about the nature of their relationship in the film. Are they forming an alliance, engaging in a complex frenemy dynamic, or is this simply a clever marketing ploy? Regardless, the presence of Luthor in his full armor is now officially confirmed, leaving no room for doubt. Reprising their roles from the first Superman film are David Corenswet as Clark Kent, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, and Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. The excitement escalates with the potential return of supporting characters. Isabella Merced, as Hawkgirl, has already teased her comeback, strongly implying that Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner, Eddie Gathig's Mr. Terrific, and Anthony Carrigan's Metamorpho will also be part of the Man of Tomorrow ensemble. Adding to the anticipation, Aaron Pierre, who stars as Jon Stewart in the upcoming Lanterns series, dropped a suggestive comment on Gunn's announcement post, heavily hinting at Green Lantern's involvement. The interconnectedness of the DCU is further emphasized by the upcoming Supergirl film in 2026, which is described as a cosmic story that could unveil significant mysteries of the DC universe. This cosmic focus, coupled with Man of Tomorrow, suggests that Supergirl might play a more prominent role in the latter film, depending on the revelations in her own movie. James Gunn has previously stated that Superman's story will be a saga within the DCU, and Man of Tomorrow is expected to build upon clues potentially planted in Lanterns and Supergirl, hinting at a larger, overarching narrative that ties these projects together. While the film might feature a broad cast of characters, Gunn has indicated that these additions will serve to flesh out a connected universe, much like in the first Superman film, rather than forming a full Justice League assembly. The central focus will likely remain on Superman and Lex Luthor, who may need to set aside their differences for the greater good. A potential antagonist that could unite this unlikely duo could be Brainiac, whose advanced intellect could explain the necessity of Luthor's involvement and offer insights into the new universe's Kryptonians. The dynamic between Luthor and Brainiac, whether adversarial or cooperative, could be a compelling element. Man of Tomorrow is positioned not just as another Superman sequel, but as a cornerstone film where Gunn begins to fully utilize the DCU's vast array of characters. If executed successfully, 2027 could mark the year the DCU truly comes alive, with Man of Tomorrow leading the charge. And that's just the beginning of the epic saga unfolding in the DCU. Get ready, because our next story dives into another massive cinematic universe and its own set of thrilling developments. And that's a wrap on today's scoop. We've got legendary heroes potentially returning to the DCU in Man of Tomorrow. The highly anticipated Superman sequel is officially on the books for 2027 with intriguing plot hints, and we've explored the expanding world of DC with more exciting character integrations on the horizon. Don't miss a single update. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all social media platforms for even more exclusive content. Until next time, keep scooping.